world's most exclusive motorsport event is upon us once again. Hello and a very warm welcome to the 80th Goodwood Members Meeting. Now this weekend we are treated to some unrivaled access, wheel-to-wheel action and a raft of star names. We'll be bringing back some old favourites and introducing you to some new additions to keep you on the edge of your seat. But the great thing about all of this is that we've got the best seat in the house. Come on, let's go.
But the main reason we're here today is T.33 Spider under here. And who better to help us launch it than His Grace the Duke of Richmond and Professor Gordon Murray.
So this is the assembly area. This is where all the cars, the drivers congregate just before the race and they go out on track. I absolutely love it here because you can get so close to seeing these magnificent machines. It also gives you the opportunity to really look the driver in the eye, see the expression before the helmet goes on and the race starts. You can see them getting suited and booted. It's just a fantastic atmosphere down here. Absolutely love it.
Whittaker 1 and 2 currently on the timing screens, have 3 minutes or so to try and better their times along with everybody else in the field as well.
Okay, Jake Hill was actually being challenged by the Rover. Now he's starting to wind it up and pull away. You can just see the attitude of the car. Just remember, Jake said sideways is how these need to be driven. Of course, the drivers in the heavier than they were before, Camaros, over, around, and is he going to touch the barriers? That is very unfortunate. He just started to pick up the pace, got to St Mary's, but unfortunately the track went right and he didn't do it enough. Oh dear.
And the grass is definitely still, that's a big lot of damage to that front left as well. That is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Been 20 years since Bentley celebrated its 6th victory at Le Mans, and to mark the occasion they've had a really special unveiling, an exclusive unveiling here at Goodwood this weekend, unveiling the Bentley GT Continental Le Mans collection, and wow, was it worth the wait. This is what I love about Goodwood. You never know what is just going to roll up in front of you. This behind me is an all-electric Ford Mustang. Yes, the old classic Ford Mustang has gone electric. It's got green credentials now.
Of the first race at the 80th members meeting here at Goodwood, a classic event, and we're on for a classic motorbike race underway, and it's a great start from Michael Rutter initially, but a good start from Scott Carson as well, number 24, but also Graham Higlett, number 50. He's made a brilliant getaway.
Indeed, from the second row, really timed that right. It was actually Dan Cooper who just bogged it down a little bit, easy to do on it, but look at Carson around the outside, Mike just shaking his head.
That did look a bit scary, but he's still there. Scott Carson is leading it, with Higlett back into second position now, having made that brilliant start on the 4-stroke. But it's a 2-stroke bike that is currently leading, just beginning to pull out just a touch.
Number 55 we're talking about, and he's going really well.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Chased by Rob Whitty, who was one of the second-row starters on one of the 4-stroke Hondas. So he's still in the mix as well. But yes, keep an eye on Dan Jackson here. And now Dan Jackson in third place. Is he? Let's watch this lap, especially to see if he can close the gap, because that was a pretty quick one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very quick. He was quickest on that race. Dan Cooper as well. He took 0.6 of a second out the leader. So Cooper took 0.6 of a second out of Carson, 2 seconds. But it was a really good lap.
And it does look as though Carson is really well sorted, having started from third on the grid. We had an interesting getaway at the start. Hands out, it is victory for Scott Carson. He takes the first win of the weekend here at the 80th members meeting. The Gurney Cup is underway. What a great start it is from Sean Lynch from pole position. That was just about perfect. He lit it off the line, and I think everybody's got away pretty cleanly. And he's going to hold on to it. Maurice Griffiths is trying to get up the inside as they go into Madrid, but it doesn't quite work for him. So it is Sean Lynn who is leading, but it is a great start from Andrew Cogotti. I said keep an eye on him, and he has come up from the third row of the grid in that blue and orange little chevron there. He's up into third place.
Yeah, what a fantastic, whatever problems they had, it was unfortunate for the Lotus, who just tried to sneak up the insiders. Now the number 37, very brave on the brakes, but he's done it. But watch out behind on Abs. Oh, he just ran on a little bit of oil, slightly wide there. It's going to be now a drag race down the straight, but fantastic race. Unfortunate there for the Lotus, though, who just got nipped, but he's still in the battle.
And now under a bit of serious pressure from Olivier Gallant in the GT40. We saw him make a move earlier. Now he's going for the inside. Oh, thankfully Kubota saw him come just at the last moment. It did work out. Now let's see, anybody coming in just yet? Yes, they are. He's coming in, but Andrew Cogotti staying out there. So coming in as soon as the pit lane opens up. Gordon Murray is on his way. So this is a good situation for Gordon, there's no doubt about it. But there, the silver GT40 is the one that we are focused on. That's the Gordon Shed. Oh my goodness! He had to go across the grass, take out. Oh no, he's lost it! He's lost it! The man who we thought was going to have the lead! Oh, he's into the barrier as well. It all went wrong.
Doesn't look like there's too much damage to the rear of the car. Could just be bodywork, but went was forced really onto the grass. But I just think it's going so quick down that straight. It looks like it's okay. Might have a few flat spots from the spin, but that might have cost him the win there.
Oh, car 13, the race leader, has got a 10-second penalty, less than the minimum time stop. Oh my goodness! So this is all going to change. We know car 2, so the top 2 cars that we've actually got on grid, that one, number 13 you're looking at, that's just been told we've got a 10-second penalty. Car number 2, the car that's running second, that's got a drive-through penalty.
As you can see now, there's a very slow
drive-through
penalty. As you can see, there's a guy there on the right-hand side that had a speed gun.
Overtake, and Rob Huff with his lights on in the background as well. He could be in this fight for second place. I think there's no problem for Dario Franchitti, even with his 10-second penalty. He's got a 24-second advantage over this battle, but we are going to enjoy a fight for second to the flag. Here comes Dario Franchitti. He takes the checkered flag and takes victory. Sean Lynn and Dario Franchitti, but the battle in the background is still going on. We know that second place, oh look at this, Rob Huff almost alongside Gordon Shedden, but Shedden's still third at the moment. Rob Huff is trying to get the better exit all the way to the line. Second place, Stuart Hall's done a brilliant job in the Chevron. Across the line go the two GT40s. Shedden just holds on to that position.
What was it like to do 5 laps around this historic circuit in that historic car?
Amazing. Okay, I discovered that this is my car. I won the South African Grand Prix. The chassis is my chassis. I jumped into the car and the position was my driving position. Surprised that it could fit me after so many years, but really I felt comfortable immediately. First time for me here in Goodwood circuit, so I had to discover the circuit too. But you know, the most important thing is that I got some tears because, of course, it's a car that gave me a lot of satisfaction.
Well, that's a typical case, Ben, of the big heavy cars struggling to get away and the lighter ones getting clear, but it's the Hudson leading the way, car number 66. Right, coming forward, wearing his purple and mauve and yellow bike leathers to keep the airstream away from him. Mark Walker was second, fell back to fourth, is up to third. Now it's really getting tight at the front. Julian Bajoub sticking his nose up the inside of the Blitz and Benz. The Blitz and Benz on the right-hand side of your screen. And the driver who was in second place is back down to fourth. So the Hudson going forward and then back. But Ben Collins, he really knows this Blitz and Benz settling into this battle.
And it's going well, but look at this. This is Mark Walker now getting past Ben Collins as well. And Mark in the Dirac, or on the Dirac, I should perhaps say, is definitely still chasing after the race leader.
So he makes one gear change, that's leaving the grid, and stays in there, and he said torque is his friend, but he says at idle it can do 30 miles an hour.
Even gets a little wave past her, Alice, doesn't he?
He does. Cheeky way, but actually Julian set the purple first sector, but now, oh, he's not giving up, is he? He's having a little look back down the inside there. I think we've got a nice little battle on, but here they keep exchanging purple sectors, so this could be quite entertaining. There's still 3 laps left to go to play.
Yeah, they want to get past this cleanly into the chicane. Yeah, he's aware, very aware that they're coming up behind. Good observation, and the checker flag is being prepared. It's all about the acceleration now out of the chicane.
Ran slightly wide.
Yeah, and this is...
ran slightly wide.
The Dirac is very fast in a straight line. He's going to get across the line ahead. Well done to Mark Walker. Wow, what an acceleration out of the chicane that was.
Starts from pole, and it's a very good start from Jake Hill for the Gordon Spice Trophy. He won. Not a good start for the Rover in the middle. And Michael Whittaker falling back into the pack. Olivier Hart had a good start as well. He slots into second, but watch out for Rob Huff in the number 5. Red Chevy Camaro going side by side with Michael Whittaker, trying to make up for lost time.
Jake Hill comes through the first 3 now, pulling clear, but Olivier Hart just 5/10 of a second down and a similar margin over Rob Huff. So it's a Capri, and then the number 4 Camaro, there it is with the repair to its tail, and then immediately getting on his tail, ever tail happy Rob Huff.
He had a much tighter line coming through there. Can he get the runs, the slipstream through the back of Hart as Jake Hill escapes up the road a bit? He tries to dart to the right, has to go to the left-hand side. They're side by side. Is this the way Rob Huff gets through for second place? It looks like he is into the braking zone. Can he hold it down? Yes, he can.
He's done the first part. The tails of those cars will come round. Huff's more. Oh, he's almost taking the paint off the back of the Capri. There's traffic up ahead. This could be very juicy. The damage on the flanks of the Capri, that was practice. The team Rick Wood's crew worked valiantly to get the car ready for this race. They'll be loving it, but also they'll be holding their breath so much.
More traffic ahead. Rob Huff is trying to find a way through, but I think Jake Hill might have just done enough.
Well, Jake was always going to be able to brake a little bit later, but Rob Huff doing a supreme job in the Camaro. You can see some tyre tracks across the daffodils in the background. He hasn't got time to look at that. There's the BMW 530i up in front of them. It should just about get out of the way, the Mach 4 car, and it's the time for grunt to the finish line. Will there be enough for Rob Huff to pull past the Capri? It's going to be super tight. The BMW's in the way. Victory in the first heat to Jake Hill. Oh boy, for a driver who was sobbing by his own admission, having dropped the car in practice. The car was repaired, brought it through to win. Not just a win, an outstanding win against two rivals.
Hand slide, how good did this start be? It's not as good as the Scirocco though, and Tom Shepherd, but is the Golf going to come back? The Mini certainly is in the middle, piloted by Nick Swift. He'll have the inside line coming into turn one, and he does. The Mini takes the lead, and the Golf GTI is fighting back. The Scirocco has to run out wide, so advantage Mini, and the Scirocco has to force back to fourth place as well as the other Mini gets itself moving. That's Rupert Dean getting up into third, trying to come back. Here he is in the VW Golf GTI, retakes the lead from Nick Swift in the Mini. So after a bit of a poor start, the Golf finds itself back in front, still in front. So is this Swift's chance? He gets up alongside Morris. Can he find a way through? Is he using the traffic to his advantage to try and find a way through on the Golf? It's Golf versus Mini, but the Golf wins out once again.
The Golf in front of the Mini. Time surely has run out for Nick Swift.
The traffic may well have slowed them down. 5 seconds, they make their way through the chicane. Will this be the final lap? But Morris has gone wide. Is that going to allow Swift to go through? He's on the grass. Is Swift going to nick this on the line? Is that on the line, or is that a checkered flag?
No, I didn't see the checkered flag. I think we're going on one more time. So wipe that smile off your face, Nick Swift, and keep the pedal to the floor. Oh, that's what you do anyhow. Jim Morris, I thought he was going to clip the end of the pit wall. He was so wide on the grass where the wall comes out just before pit in. So he's got to refocus and see what he can do.
You say there's a yellow flag. That might well be the reason. It's falling all the way down to 15th at the moment. So trouble there for the Alfa Romeo. But here comes the Golf. Straight line speed through on the Mini. That was power. Back into the lead. Can he hold it? He made the mistake coming through the final chicane. He could well do it again. It'll be playing on his mind. He's got to try and keep it clean coming into the chicane. This is where he lost it all, or he could have lost it all. Morris is right up into the lead again. Can he find a way through? It's going to be over the line side by side, but I think the Golf just nicks it ahead of the Mini. Morris wins ahead of Swift, but what a battle.
What an epic first day it has been here at Goodwood Members Meeting, the 80th one. We've had the sunshine, we've had so many spectacular scenes, both on track and off track. I think the highlight has to be seeing that Brabham BMW BT52 take to the track here once again. What an iconic moment. Some racing legends here as well. We've seen it all. Well, not quite all, because the good thing is we get to do it all again tomorrow.